Well, next we're going to start on the last two concepts of a differential analysis. Process or sell is the first one we're going to talk about. And so what happens in a manufacturing environment, we often are making something, and as we make it, it will create a byproduct. And I could actually sell that byproduct as a separate item, or I can continue making something else with it. So we're going to look to see on this one, should I stop halfway through the process and sell what I've already made, or should I continue processing it? So here's the scenario. We're going to be making, we produce kerosene. By the way, kerosene is the byproduct. Our end product is gasoline, but as I can make kerosene, that's my byproduct. And so here's my information about kerosene. 4,000 gallons per batch. It costs me $2,400 per batch to make, but I can sell it for $2.50 a gallon. So that's the sell halfway through point, or I can continue processing it to make gasoline. The problem is my batch size is 4,000 gallons, but because of evaporation, 20% evaporation, I only end up with 3,200 gallons. It costs me $3,050 per batch, and I can sell it for $3.50 a gallon. So here's our differential analysis. In this scenario, our alternative one is to sell the byproduct. Our alternative two is to continue making gasoline, and we're going to find out what would be the differential effect if we decided to make the gasoline. So here are our revenues. The kerosene, the byproduct, is 4,000 gallons times 250. But if I make gasoline, it's going to be 3,200 gallons times 350. My costs are 2,400, and over here they're 3,050. So it's important to line these up, but now we need to go across. The difference between here and here is I'm going to be adding $1,200 worth of income. My cost. So this is my cost for kerosene. Here's my cost for gasoline. So I'm increasing my cost by $650. This is why there's a negative. So when I take my revenues minus my increased cost, I will actually have more net income if I go ahead and finish making gasoline out of it. So this is the decision I'd make. As long as this is positive, this is the alternative I'm going to take. Next, we're going to look at, should I accept business at a special price? Because remember, I'm making certain things and I sell them. But some people, offshore exporters, may come to me and say, hey, look, we want you to make a batch of 5,000 or 10,000 of something, but we want to pay a little bit better price. And you have to decide, should I accept that additional business at a special price? The key factor is, what capacity am I running at? If I'm not at 100% capacity, then I can actually accept it if the numbers work out. If I'm at 100% capacity, that means it's going to cost me more manufacturing costs to run machinery for a special price. So let's take a look. Here's my information. I make basketballs. My capacity is 12,500 basketballs, but I'm only doing 10,000. So I'm under capacity, which is good. I sell them at $30 per ball. That's locally in the United States. I sell $30 per ball. And here are my costs, my variable and my fixed. So my total costs are $20 per basketball. So I have an exporter that wants me to make 5,000 basketballs and sell it to them at $18 each. But wait, up here I'm selling at $30 each. So what we need to figure out is, and it says production can be spread over 3 months. So it's not going to interfere with normal production, or it's not going to have increased costs because, first of all, I'm at less than 100%. And so should we say yes or should we say no? Now, right away, you're probably saying no because $18 is less than the $20 cost. But let's do a differential analysis. So in this scenario, alternative one is always to say no because you were not doing it anyway. Alternative two would be to accept the order. So notice if I say no, I don't have any additional revenue. I don't have any additional variable costs, and I don't have any additional income. So these will all be zero here. If I say yes, I'm going to have 5,000 units times $18. So I'm going to have an additional $90,000 of income. And my variable cost, because remember, fixed costs will be paid regardless whether I accept this or not. So I only look at my variable cost. And so that's $1,250 times 5,000. And so that's what happens if I say yes. So let's go across. There's a $90,000 difference. So I'm actually increasing my revenues by $90,000. So that's positive. Under cost, I'm going to be spending more money. So that's negative. So now I come over here, 90,000 minus the 62.5 gives me a positive 27,500 effect on my income if I say yes. If I choose this alternative, here's what's going to happen to my income. As a good manager, you're always wanting to make money as long as it's not going to cost you. So your decision on this one should be, yes, I should take it, even though the $18 is less than the $20. But let me tell you the one problem about this. If your regular domestic customers find out that you're making basketballs and selling them at $18 and they're paying $30, you're going to have a problem. So you need to make sure that this is often done under by special branding or putting a different brand name on them so they don't know it's yours. Remember, your current customers will say, wait a minute, we want to pay $18 too if they find out. So this concludes the actual differential analysis at accepting business at a special price and process or sell further.